disability. And boy, do we learn a lot. Disability touches so many of us. We discovered barriers and obstacles we were so unaware of. The many, many reasons that people stay away from attending what our busy congregation offers them. The toilets are too low in the women's restroom. Strong-smelling soaps cause allergic reactions. There are no assistive listening systems in some important communal spaces so folks can't hear. There are barriers to receiving honors when our BIMA and readers table require walking up steps. There's no designated wheelchair seating in the sanctuary. The list was long and hugely surprising in places. So the committee listened closely, and they engaged with each of our paid professionals and lay leaders, and we got to work initiating change over time. Here are just a few fundamental changes we made that your community can also adopt. Begin the conversation about including people with disabilities and others. Talking about it is a great start. This can take the form of newsletter articles, links to thought pieces in your regular email communications, sermons or divrei Torah given by the rabbi, by lay leaders and guests, making this topic the subject of a regular Torah study. Your religious school already adopts inclusive practices with an inclusion specialist, so why not bring this congregation-wide? Raising awareness while affirming that belonging is a core Jewish value. Create better signage throughout the building. At Temple Beth Hallel Bethel, people didn't know where to go when they entered. They didn't know how to find the accessible restroom. They didn't know that there was an internal lift that they can use if they can't manage the stairs because the lift was hidden in a storage closet. Not knowing meant that we were excluding people from participating. Change the language you use in your publications, website, and signage. At my congregation, we eliminated handicapped parking or handicapped seating. No more handicapped bathroom. So now that restroom is gender neutral too. We're mostly using recognized icons for disability rather than words. Make your website accessible to people who use screen readers or other accessibility technology. You can install widgets for free on your website that will provide layers of accessibility. Use your website to broadcast the many ways you are welcoming to people with disabilities, LGBTQ+ individuals, interfaith families, and others. Specifically mention if you have ramps, automatic doors, assistive listening devices, or large print prayer books. Remember, people shopping for shuls are looking at your website to determine if they will feel like they belong. Do you have ushers and greeters for Shabbat services? We train ours on what to expect, how to welcome, how to respectfully offer help, what it means when someone's having a meltdown, or how to assist blind people. Look at your synagogue mission statement to ensure it fully expresses how you are a community that celebrates differences, contributions, and diverse needs. Put your mission statement on your website. And engage all of your synagogue personnel in the process of being welcoming and inclusive. It only takes one negative interaction for someone to feel like they don't belong. Ownership of this process belongs to everyone. The COVID-19 pandemic also changed many aspects of congregational membership. At my shul, we now have members who can only join us virtually due to illness, mobility issues, behavioral challenges, or mental health concerns. How do we make them feel like they belong when we rarely see them in person? They need to be included in our conversations about how to welcome everyone, and intentional outreach to learn more about their needs. Our mitzvah committee has recently initiated this kind of outreach. Belonging means we have to be willing to start to change some of the practices we cling to, but it all allows us to affirm some of our most central shared Jewish values, that everyone must participate to support the community as a whole, that each person belongs, that we are all created B'Tselem Elohim, in God's message, in God's image. Shabbat Shalom. And thank you for welcoming me.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Sarah, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your story with us, first of all, and thank you for opening our eyes to the number of things that we can and should be thinking about. And I know that tonight we have a lot of folks here from the BTBJ community. We also have folks who are coming to us from other communities. And so I hope that this Torah can kind of spread far and wide, because while some things might require a much bigger or more expensive kind of investigation or change to really recognize, what our bathrooms look like, and how we might have construction changes and all of that. So many of the things that you said are small, but make such a big impact. And so I know that that's given me and us, I think, a lot to think about here. And don't be surprised if I follow up with you at some point to get that list, because I hope that we can continue to improve. Because truly, feeling a sense of belonging, whether you call BTBJ your home or you're visiting for just an evening or just a service or just a short while, I think is a goal for all of us to hopefully be able to achieve. So thank you again, and we are very blessed to have been able to hear from you tonight. So we're going to move toward the conclusion of our service, and Max is all ready. I'm going to invite you to turn to page 55 so that he can lead us in a very squeaky Friday Night Kiddush.
Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodesh b'ahava uvratzon kin lanu zikaron le'amaseh v'reishit.
Ki hu yom tehila mamikra'ei kodesh zecher l'yetziat Mitzrayim ki banu b'charta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodecha v'ahava uratzon Haltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh Hashaman. Amen.
As Max takes a sip of the grape juice, I promise it's grape juice, we turn to page 56, and I invite you to rise for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol l'ateit gedula le'yotzer breshit shelo atzad k'goyei haratzot v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama shelo samcha kinu kahem v'gor aleinu techol hamonam v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu shehu notei shamayim v'yosei haaretz Moshav yikaro b'shamayim mima'al v'shchinatu zo v'gavei meromim Hu Eloheinu Einod Emret Malkeinu Efetz Ulato Kakatu b'Torato Yadatayom me'ashavota El levavecha Ki Adonai Hu Elohim b'shamayim v'ima'al Ya'aretz mitachat Page 57.
V'nemar v'haya Adonai melech al haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shmo echad.
You may be seated. We turn to page 58 for Mourner's Kaddish. And this week in our community, we observe the yard sites, the anniversary of the passing of Shelley Bronnenberg, Nora Bugis, Mark Daly, Gertrude Dworick, Sam Einstein, Joseph Farina, Elizabeth Friedman, Beatrice Friedman, David Gorgon, Robert Horn, Reuben Jacobson, Samuel Clayman, Howard Kurtz, Ruth Levin, Harry Lieberman, Hermione Lieberman, Irene Milkman, Emmanuel Pine, Sylvia Piper Friedman, Rochelle Plan, Pearl Pomerantz, Milton Sattler, Betty Schachner, Deborah Schwartz, Lois Shapiro, Marion Shapiro, Julian Silverman, Ann Stam, Jacob Sukanik, and Louis Tompkin. We also send our condolences to Lee and Rachel Handis on the passing of your mom, Lee, Linda Cogan, and it was good to be with you last night, and I'm glad that you're here with us today. If you're currently in a period of mourning or observing a yard site, I invite you to rise, along with all those who might wish to rise, either in support of the mourners or for those who have no one to say Kaddish for them. Page 58. Yitzgadal b'yitzkadash shemei rabbah, b'alma divra kirutei, b'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, b'agala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach li'olam olamei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei tekudasha b'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Ta'amiran v'yalma v'imru amen. Yehei shlomo rabba min shemaya. V'chaim alinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, alinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the memory of our loved ones forever be a blessing. Amen. You may be seated. So before we conclude our service, just a few housekeeping matters and announcements. So for those of you who are staying for dinner, you're invited after our service into our social hall, the Fox Auditorium, which is go out one door and in the other. And there's more Kiddush and Motzi in there. And you have place cards that are out on a table in the lobby. So if you have not gotten that already, I invite you to go grab that so you know where to sit when you head on in. And then tomorrow morning, we'll be back at 9:30 to celebrate with Max and all of you as Max becomes bar mitzvah up here on the bima. That's right here. And it's going to be a fabulous morning and, God willing, very warm, which is also very interesting for a March 1st bar mitzvah. You don't always know what you're going to get. But fingers crossed, it should be a beautiful day. Also this weekend, for everyone else, for those who want to stick around, on Sunday, March 2nd, we're inviting our artist in residence, Allie Halpert, back again for the second time. She'll be with us one more time on Saturday morning, March 22nd. But all are welcome to also come on March 2nd, on Sunday. She'll be heading out around to all of our classes, and she'll be helping to teach them some of her music. But then around 11, I don't remember if it's 11:15 or 11:30. I think it's around 11:30. Here in the social hall, here in the sanctuary, we're going to have a concert with Allie. So she'll be sharing her music. All of the kids are going to be able to be up here and singing with her, and so it'll be they're a part of the concert. But if you're into Jewish music, contemporary Jewish music, I invite you to come because it's fun for everyone to just get to be with her. She's a really talented musician. This Tuesday at 6:30 is my next Iyun class. We're going to be focusing on Purim with our dinner sponsored by Barbara Polinsky, who was in the back. Thank you, Barbara. And so if you haven't RSVP'd, we would love to know if you're going to join us. It'll be great to get back to our regular routine of learning after taking a pause to read Rabbi Shai Held's Judaism is About Love book. So we'll kind of switch gears this Tuesday. We hope to see you. On Wednesday, during the day, for those who are continuing to learn Mahjong and Canasta, that is here at 2 o'clock on March 5th. There will soon be starting an evening class. So if you were not available during the day or you missed out and you still want to learn, let them know. If you already know how to play, you're welcome to join also. Just let them know where you are so they'll pair you up appropriately. I don't remember when that starts, but it's starting soon. And then Thursday night is a sisterhood event here, which I think it's still not too late to RSVP for Sip, Savor, and Schmooze. So it should be a lot of fun. I hear there's Girl Scout cookies and wine. I mean, what could go wrong? And then next Friday, we also invite you to RSVP for our next musical Shabbat, our Kehillah Shabbat. So our band will be here, only a 4-piece band, right? But we'll be here and to welcome Shabbat. And then if you want to stay for a Shabbat dinner, please RSVP and let us know. We hope that you'll join us. It would be great to see you. And Purim is coming. So there are lots of things that are coming with that. So Thursday, March 13th, we will be celebrating Purim right here. And we will have a very wicked Purim this year. So please go online and RSVP and let us know if you want to join us for our free dinner to start the evening off. But there will be dinner and a costume parade and services and Megillah reading and, of course, our spiel. So we hope that you'll join us.
It'll be a very wicked spiel.
It will be a wicked spiel, a very, very wicked spiel. It will be fantastic. So we hope
It'll
that
defy expectations.
it's going to be fun. So we hope to see you there. We've all been working very hard to get ready. We will conclude with a blessing for all of us. So it's a tradition on Friday night for parents to bless their children, but we can also offer this blessing to each other, both those who are in our midst in this moment, or if we have loved ones that we want to send this via the cloud to those who might not be in this room with us, we can do that too. If you have loved ones next to you and you want to put your arms around them, you're invited to do so. It is not required, but it is there. It is there if you are there. So we will join together. Page 75. May God bless you and protect you. May God's face give light to you and show you favor. May God's face be lifted towards you and bestow upon you peace. May it be God's will. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.